Hi, I'm Matt Madden from Drawing Words and Writing Pictures, and today we're going to look at a wonderful little object known as a brush basin. The brush basin is simply a box with a couple of dividers in it. The lid comes off and fits on the bottom and acts as a base and also a holder for the base of your brushes. The inside is divided into three sections. A biggest part that has little ribs for cleaning a brush, and two smaller sections for resting your brushes in when you're not using them, which is really the greatest thing about this object. So to use the brush basin, all you do is fill it with water, and it's got these little holes along the side, which are great because to get started you can just get out whatever brushes you're going to use in before you even get them wet. Just stick them in there. You can see the various sizes for the different sizes of brushes. Another thing you can do is when you're ready to ink, if you have an ink bottle with one of these ink dropper tops, you can use it to store your ink dropper in. You can use the rib part of the water to get your brush saturated with water before you start inking. And whenever you put it down, or if you're going to use more than one brush, you can rest it in one of the side receptacles here. You can see there's a notch in there, but there's also a little notch at the top here, which keeps it in place. And this is such a great thing about the brush basin because it keeps it from sliding down and the point hitting the bottom of the basin. The one thing you should never do, and I see students doing this sometimes, is just have like a jar of water and leave your brushes in there standing point down. Even if they're $2 brushes, that's just a complete waste and you're going to ruin them quickly. So as you're inking, you can use the basin in a couple different ways to make sure you have the right amount of water or ink in your brush. You can always rinse it out as you go. And if I'm going to ink for a little while and I want to switch to a different brush, I'll just rinse out my brush in the rib part and set the brush down in the basin. And I might use another brush for a while, wash that out, and store that also in the same side. If I'm doing some corrections and I've got the graphic white ink out, which is quite thick and you want to keep separate from the India ink, when I wipe it out, you'll use the rib side, and you'll see that part of the bin gets pretty dirty pretty quickly. But as long as you rinse it out there and then store it in the separate receptacle, you should be able to keep your black and your white brushes separate.